Kiran ji, it's not 1 crore per day that Sukesh Chandrasekhar was paying. This is 50,000 rupees. 15,000 की मोबाइल फोन, आप 50,000 रुपए दो, आपकी फोन आपकी जेब में आपके इनसाइड तिहाड़ जेल मिल जाती है. That's what a gangster and one gang member has told us here at CNN News 18. That's quite shocking. Is the integrity so cheap today? It's so much. Is it so much on sale?
I think you're asking for integrity from cheap people. I think cheap people don't give you expensive integrity. We are posting sometimes very cheap people inside. And number two, we are not tasking. I think Meera, I agree with Meera, that technology is only one of the answer. But what about expeditious trials? And why not use more video conferencing? Why send the gangster to the courts? Because he contaminates there. Why send him by these separate vans? He contaminates there. So I think we should list out all those areas where contamination is taking place and eliminate them gradually. Technology is not the answer, but जिसके सेल में मिला, जिसके और उस वक्त जो वो ड्यूटी था, क्यों नहीं सर्च करते रोज? रेगुलरली सर्च क्यों नहीं करते? और जिसकी ड्यूटी में ये मिला, वो गया. He's a threat to the security state. We were using 311 as Meera's writing. They are a threat to the security state. Such officers should be out because they are a threat to the security. You can get anything done at a small price from these cheap officials, whatever senior or junior they are. Secondly, unless you have internal feedback watch systems, we will not be able to get information. We need information, intelligence, and intelligence cannot come by unless we create systems by which we can get information and then we act on it. And third is raising the scare level. Seniors have to walk the prisons on a daily basis. Daily. I think the biggest saving grace for us was all four superintendents, the DIG, Sarangi, and myself. 6 officers were regularly walking the prisons morning, afternoon, evening, and night searches. Unless you do that, prison is a very different place where you need a lot of watch, a lot of alertness because it's high money and it's high temptation. So I think it's a senior, it's a human element, it's a technological element, it's a strategy, it's policy, and also the courts. Also courts which expedite their trials, as Meera said. Expeditious trial where they are getting convicted and after conviction, again isolated. Unless the logic is very tight, you will continue to have these challenges.
But how do you handle those who call and say कि इसका ख्याल रखना? Make sure everything goes. Those phone calls. I'm sure you dealt with those pressures too. All of you must have dealt with these pressures.
Yes.
Kiran ji, Meera ji,
I did not get even one call to give any special treatment to any of the prison inmates. Not even once.
वो तो डरते होंगे आपसे कि इनको फोन किया तो हमें ही अंदर कर देंगी. So that's why they may not have called you, Meera ji. But I'm just saying this is also something which the gangster said कि political patronage है. ये सब शय में साथ में है एक सब. इसको कैसे handle करें?
Political patronage, go make it public. Make the political patronage, announce it. Make it public. Put it on the social media. किस gangster ने ये कहा? Let that person say no. I think we need to expose the system. Now here, you need more transparency. You need greater openness of the system. See, Subhan, on one hand, you have to close the system tight. On the other hand, you have to open up the system. That's when he says this, let that person deny it. And let him put him on defamation. So you have to not hide that information. You have to expose that information or write confidential letter to the Honorable Home Ministers or the concerned minister in charge of prisons. Unless you do this documentation again, it will not deter.